What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, we got to talk about the current bug, or probably the intentional nerf that Blizzard implemented in the last patch, as with this week's patch, it didn't seem to change anything at all, and what we hoped were just a temporary bug. Now, before we get all sad about that, I do want to say a massive thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. The 0 to 10 million gold guide features all the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to achieve hundreds of millions of gold. Not only that, but the best part about it is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of free updates, meaning that whenever there's a new patch or even a brand new expansion to the game, I will update the gold guide with the new best methods, and I will send that updated version to your email completely for free. So you can get it for 50% off by using the discount code STUDENT, and you'll find that linked down below in the description, together with the brand new Mist of Pandaria Classic gold guide. So if you got any plans on playing Mist of Pandaria Classic, definitely check that out as well. Now, some context if you haven't paid attention to my videos lately. Basically, last patch, Blizzard nerfed every single like open world farm. Like basically what they did is you can kill mobs for a couple of minutes and get loot as you normally would, but then it just stops the dropping loot. Like instead of getting hundreds, tens of greens per hour, you might be farming for 10 minutes and getting one green item. It is insane. You notice it easily if you do some of the like the standard open world, the transmog farms like Celitus or Soulstone Cave, and even the gold farms and other expansions as well. Now, it was believed that it was just a temporary bug because it came in with the leveling buff that would give you like the satchel that could give you the XP pots and cosmetic items, etc. And it was on patch day. I was hoping that when that event went away, that it would go back to normal. But it is very clear now that this is still in the game, and it means a lot for the economy, and it's going to mean a lot for the economy going forward, especially with player housing. And what I'm worried about is the consequences of doing it, because and what frustrates me the most, and I want to be clear about this because there's positives as well with this, which I will get to, but the frustrating part on my end is that Blizzard hasn't said anything about it. It's a pretty major change, because if you're trying to farm transmog, battle pets, mounts, even materials, you're just going to get way less. And what that means is a lot of people aren't going to be bothered to do those open world farms anymore, causing the prices to be sky high. So like the average guy playing the game, he doesn't farm transmog, he doesn't farm pets or mounts, he buys it off the auction house, and now they have to pay way more gold in order to do so. So the frustrating part is Blizzard hasn't said anything about it. Is this something that they did intentionally? How does it work? Is it X amount of mobs killed? Is it X amount of minutes? Is it X amount of respawns of mobs? Why did they do it? Did they do it because people leveling in the game got annoyed by seeing 5 balance through just instantly tagging their mobs? Is this a way to combat the bots? That could also be a case, because everyone in the community, in the goal-making community, they know that the bots right now, they are using Chromie Time exploit, and they're just killing mobs in the open world, and every green and gray item that those mobs drop will be scaled up to level 60, and then it can be vendored for more gold. So it was like a massive amount of raw gold and fluctuated into the economy. So is that why Blizzard did it? If that's the case, that would be like the worst case for me, because that's, instead of dealing with the actual problem, the bots, they're just finding ways to make it tougher for the bots, but it also impacts like the average guy playing the game, me and you. So hopefully that's not the case. But the most frustrating part is just not knowing why Blizzard did it. Did it do it on purpose? Is it a bug that they're working on? Are they not aware of it, or was it done intentionally? So some examples of this is like transmog items going up in price. You already see that on the most popular transmog sets dropping in the open world. Battle pets are going up in price. More importantly, though, a lot of materials are going up in price. So if you look at something like Runecloth right here, Runecloth is currently on EU sitting at 2.5 gold each. And that's very, very high. If you look at the historical price before the event, you can see it's like 18 silver, 22 silver right before. Like, it never really, or didn't often hit a gold per Runecloth. And it went from being like up to 1 million Runecloth on the auction house, like 400k, 500k, as you can see down here, to now price being 2.5 gold each, and there was only 20,000 posted on the entire EU. And that's just Runecloth. So I think it's really strange because and what's so tragic about this is because Blizzard isn't giving us any information. People would instantly come with the assumption that Blizzard is doing this to increase the prices. It's harder to make gold, and therefore people are forced to buy WoW tokens. So people are like doing the assumption that Blizzard is doing this because they want more people to buy more WoW tokens, and that's pretty bad. And I feel like that could be averted if they were like if they were upfront with this and told us exactly why they did it, or if it wasn't on purpose, at least say we're looking into it, we're going to fix it, etc. And Runecloth is just one of many exceptions, and it's not the rich guys really that's losing on this. Like, because I'm fully aware of what farms works, which farms doesn't work, which farms are very hard to do, like which materials are very hard to obtain. So somebody like me and people in my shoes, they just heavily invest and have already heavily invested into these items, so they can sell it for like a pretty good markup and make a lot of gold. But it's the average guy playing the game that's going to have to pay the price for this eventually. The positive thing about this, though, that being said, if we're going to look at it away from all of the negative stuff, is the fact that prices are going up in value. So if you're like one of the people that never really did like a group farms, as an example, there's now plenty of dungeons that's way better, with way better prices than it was before this nerf or bug, like Sulfarak being a prime example. Sulfarak was a dungeon that nobody really did because you could just go to Salatus in the open world and hyperspawn mobs and they have the same loot table. It's not the case anymore. You can't do that. So you're left with Sulfarak, and you can't invite 4 homies and run Sulfarak with you. That's not going to be efficient. So the people farming by themselves, in some cases, are going to benefit from this. And I say in some cases because there's a lot of farms in the open world where like you might have done a material farm or like a collectible farm in the open world solo, and it would still be better than dungeons. And in some cases, the only way to obtain the material would be in the open world, and that's just way worse right now. Right? It's hard to get those materials. So it's a strange time to do it at, because Blizzard told us not too long ago that we will be able to craft items for player housing using all of the existing professions, and they will use old content materials. But it's way tougher to get materials now, and there's going to be probably a lot of people coming back to the game to try out player housing, and there's definitely going to be a lot of demand for the materials, so they are going to be stupidly expensive, and then people will whine on the forums that materials are stupidly expensive, or the player housing decor items are stupidly expensive because they cost a lot of gold to craft. And another thing is like the future, because right now, even like war within materials, look at cloth farming. Like cloth farms in the open world, that's not a thing anymore. It's nerfed to the ground. It's hit the same way as old content the open world farms are. Is that going to progress into Midnight, the next expansion? Is there not going to be any open world farms to do in like the way that we know them in Midnight? So there's just a lot of unanswered questions about this topic, and I don't care, honestly. I say this every time something gets nerfed. I don't care if Blizzard makes something tougher to get, because from someone that gold farms every single day, that just changes things up a little bit. You got to think differently. You got to do farms that you wouldn't normally do before, like the the previous best farms are like longer the best farms, so it forces me to do different farms than I'm used to doing. So I don't mind it because I'm not in a position where I need gold and I'm being kind of like forced to do stuff that I wouldn't normally do. So for me, it's fine. For me, the main issue is just communication from Blizzard's side and a lot of the unanswered questions. So just wanted to lift this off my chest because I've been getting so many DMs on Discord about this. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And if you're already sitting on the gold guide and you enjoy it, you're definitely going to enjoy the VIP Discord as well. VIP Discord gives you access to all of these YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube, giving you a slight advantage. But you also get access to exclusive content in terms of gold tips, investments, multiple spreadsheets for gold making, and much, much more. But that will be linked down below together with the gold guides. Appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye bye.